It's time now to turn to our annual StudentCam competition, that video competition between middle and high school students. This year we asked entries to focus on a message for President Obama and what the most important issue is for him to address. Here's a little bit from one of our third prize winners.
If we don't drill in Anwar, where should we get our energy from?
We can have plug-in hybrids in our cars that get 150 miles a gallon. Flex fuel cars that burn ethanol, the next generation of ethanol that's going to be much more effective than our current corn ethanol, new efficiency standards that we need, and a whole host of new energy sources.
Well, then the other options would be to drill offshore North America. That's another possibility. Or, we just don't have enough. We're going to have to buy it from other people if we don't, develop our own domestic reserves.
Mr. President, we know that the future of this country depends on future energy usage. Do we continue to buy oil from other countries? Do we develop our own oil and drill offshore or in Anwar? Do we find alternative fuels like wind and solar energy? It's your decision. The future of this country depends on it.
We have Matt Helm on the phone joining us from Bloomington, Indiana. He is a third prize winner in our StudentCam documentary competition. Hi, Matt.
Hi.
Why did you decide to focus on oil drilling, specifically in Anwar, for your documentary?
Well, at the time, gas prices were so high, we thought that oil drilling was probably one of the more major conflicts, and because there was a lot of conflict on if we did drill, where we should get our oil from. And then there was a bunch of conflict at the time about if we should drill in Anwar or not. Environmentalists said that there wasn't enough oil there to justify the environmental damage, but then other people thought we needed the oil to get gas prices to go down and to develop our own oil reserves and not get our oil from overseas. So, yeah.
And you say in your documentary that this is an issue that you think can decide the fate of America. Why is that?
Because a lot of our energy usage today depends on oil, like electricity and everything we use, and just everyday lifestyle. And without oil and natural resources like that, our lifestyles could be a lot different.
In your documentary, you interviewed 5 different people. What did you learn from these people, and how did you reach out to them to arrange your interviews?
Well, we interviewed different people. Some of them worked for IU. They were oil developers and things like that, and we learned from them that oil we needed to drill because we needed to develop our own reserves and things like that. And then we also interviewed some people that didn't think we should drill in Anwar, and they said that we needed to find alternative energy sources and break our addiction to oil so that we could stop getting it from overseas and not hurt the wildlife in Anwar.
And before you started the documentary, did you have an opinion on oil drilling?
I didn't really know much about it before we started it.
Where did you get your research when you started looking into it?
We did a lot of our research off the internet.
Any sites in particular that you remember that you drew the most from?
None that I can really remember.
Okay. In your documentary at the end and in the clip we saw, you posed 3 questions to President Obama. Which of those 3 questions do you think is the best solution?
I think we should find alternative energy sources because I think we do need to break the addiction to oil and use alternative energy sources. It could save a lot of money. It could help power cars and get new fuels for things and help also with global warming.
Any specific alternative fuels that you're thinking of?
Maybe wind and solar energy.
Well, maybe next year when you enter StudentCam again, because I believe you and your teammate, this is your 2nd year for StudentCam, correct?
Yes.
Maybe you can enter on a solar or wind power.
Maybe.
And with your money that you're going to win, $750, what do you plan to do with this money?
I don't know. I think right now I'm just going to put it in the bank.
Well, Matt, I thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
You can watch Matt's film and all are winning documentaries at www.studentcam.org.